guys, it's Tina and I am back, and I'm here with a different kind of video for you guys today. It's not the regular get ready with me video, makeup tutorial, makeup haul video, or even a makeup review. I actually want to share my experience and my results from a recent cosmetic procedure that I had done. And I know you just heard cosmetic procedure and you're like, what did she get done? And it's really simple. I got laser fat removal done. Yep, that's what I got done. And I actually did a lot of research about CoolSculpting. That was the procedure that I was interested in getting because it's offered at the place where I get my laser hair removal done. And RealSelf reached out to me via email, and it's so coincidental that they reached out to me at the same time that I was doing research for CoolSculpting. And they offered me a complimentary cosmetic procedure, and I was like, yes, I am here for it, because I was already going through with it. You know, I already scheduled my appointment with my laser hair removal place to get the CoolSculpting consultation done and everything. And since I was interested in CoolSculpting, it was the perfect time for me to take that lead. And I'm actually going to take you through my experience with the procedure, so you'll see me actually get it done, and we'll talk to the doctor and go through the whole pros and cons of the treatment. But I wanted to mention RealSelf because they were kind enough to offer this service to me for an honest review here on YouTube. And that's the great thing about RealSelf, is that their website is an online community of real life patients that are reviewing different doctors, and they upload their own before and after photos and give their own reviews on different doctors. And you can search for a doctor in your area, search for a procedure, and see what people had to say about it, the procedure itself versus the doctors too that offer the services. So you can go through various reviews and do your own research, which I highly recommend you do. If you're going to do any of these procedures, definitely go ahead, do your research, and be very, very careful. Don't go to that backdoor doctor that will charge you $50 and then end up getting cement in your butt. Like, be very careful about the procedures that you elect to have done. Now, personally, I am not the biggest promoter of invasive surgery like breast augmentation and liposuction and butt implants. I am not a promoter of that type of invasive surgery, something that you can really get serious complications from. I don't promote, and I don't think most people really need it. Now, if you went through a life-changing event, maybe you lost a ton of weight and you need a breast lift or a tummy tuck, I understand that kind of treatment. But for younger people that are going under the knife to fit these societal ideals these days, no. Those kinds of things made me apprehensive about sharing my experience with this procedure on my channel, because I never want to promote insecurity in young adults and teenagers. I never want them to feel like they have to fit this template of what beauty is. But then again, if you're really insecure about something and it really bothers you, I don't like the judgment that comes along with someone electing to go under the knife to tweak something. So I toe a very fine line, and I never want it to seem like I'm promoting this ideal of beauty. Now, the procedure that I chose to get done was non-invasive, and it was literally a lunchtime procedure that I had done in 25 minutes. I didn't have to go under the knife. There was no anesthesia. It was literally applicators on the area that I wanted to get treated. 25 minutes later, I'm out the door and back at work. Now, the office I went to is here on Long Island. It's Madnani's Facial Plastics. There's also a location in New York City, so if you were closer to the city, you can go there, but there is a location here on Long Island, and the doctor is Dr. Madnani. My technician was Lauren, and it was such a great experience for me. I had 2 sessions done, and each time it was like I felt right at home. It was very comfortable. It's a very clean, very beautiful office. And I went ahead and spoke to Dr. Madnani before I had the procedure done, and he offers various other services that are non-invasive, again, lunchtime procedures. If I'm gonna do something, I don't want to inject anything into my skin. I don't want to cut anything. I just need it to be surface. So if it's something think of it like a facial. So you get a body contouring that's over the skin. There's nothing invasive. And it was a really great experience. And I'm gonna bring you along into the office with me. We're gonna meet Dr. Madnani, so you'll hear from him yourself. And we'll also go through my procedure with Lauren, my technician. And Lauren is a sweetheart. We had a great time. They tell you you can come along and watch TV, play on your phone, read a book, do whatever you want during the procedure. We just chatted for the 25 minutes that this procedure lasted. And it was just a good time. We had girl talk and it was really fun. So what I'm gonna do is walk you through the office and my first session.
The two technologies out there are Cool Sculpting and then SculpSure, okay? And the pros and cons are for both. Well, the pros for both is that it's non-invasive for both, and it's for body contouring. So you will lose inches. If you weigh yourself afterwards, you may not.
Right, not weight, right.
The best way to do this is to use it in conjunction with diet and exercise. But for all of us, you know, little stubborn areas, I work out, I still have a little pouch here. I have a little flank here. My girlfriends or my female friends have little inner thigh problems they just cannot get rid of, or they want a little shape to their butt. Well, perfect. You can target the areas, okay? We chose SculpSure because of the, you know, I want the least, I want non-invasive, but I also want quick recovery, okay? But I want results. It's a very fun line. So I think I know they've hit a sweet spot because there's no recovery. So you can walk out of here, go about your day. You don't have to massage anything away. You don't worry about.
And I can go to the gym.
You can go to the gym. The treatment can be a little sensitive, but then there are things we do to make it comfortable.
To adjust it. That's what I was watching on YouTube. You can adjust it,
we
right?
can put you some cooling. We have some nice music in there. You can watch TV. We have TV in there. We can put ice packs on there, so it's great. And then the settings are also can be adjusted. But you know, we've done so many patients. Everyone's managed to finish the treatment. Everyone is comfortable with the treatment. Afterwards, you may have a little soreness. People describe it as having done crunches at the gym afterwards. And the results so far have been fantastic.
Awesome.
And you're going to see.
What SculpSure is a light-based technology that targets the fat cells. I like to say, think of you're heating up a balloon, and then the balloon pops, and that balloon is gone. With SculpSure, that fat cell is permanently destroyed. Okay. So what happens in that scenario is that now you will burn a certain amount of fat cells throughout your life. But now we've targeted those fat cells in your lower abdomen, right? And now those are permanently destroyed. So now you won't have any issues later on. If you gain weight, it'll be evenly distributed throughout your body. So with SculpSure, sometimes patients will get nodules, and that's very common. And all it is just a bundle of fat cells that need to be excreted out through your lymphatic system. Okay. So that's why we encourage massaging the area right after the treatment, and I like to heat on the side of caution, so I say massage up to 6 weeks. Just keep on massaging. Okay. Go for massages. Enjoy. I mean, you know, if you're watching TV and you're sitting down, just slightly massage your area. So we want you to drink plenty of fluids and to work out. Okay. This is going to be the beginning point and the jump start to your healthy lifestyle. Right. So it's not a fix all. But it absolutely improves what you're already doing in your healthy lifestyle. Right. So we like to say that we recommend 2 to 3 treatments for optimal results. Right. So say we're doing one, and in 6 weeks I'll have you come back. We'll take some pictures of after shots, and you'll see how you feel. Okay. During the procedure itself, what will happen is you'll feel the heat building up, and then a cool blast will come. So it'll oscillate from hot to cool, hot to cool. So you'll never get to the point of you can't tolerate the treatment, and it'll be very comfortable throughout it. Okay. And at any point you feel like it is getting a little spicy, and you really like, you know, a little warm, I can give you a cool blast, but that'll just add extra time to our treatment. Okay. So I'm trying to limit them to at least 2, but it's really you, whatever you're comfortable with. can go right back to work. You can resume all activity right after. You'll feel as if you did 100 sit-ups. You'll feel a little sore, and patients have said in the past that they're a little swollen, and they just feel that they worked out and maybe they feel a little extra sore. Okay. So, but totally normal. You can do anything. You can go running if you want right after.
Oh, that's perfect.
I have had patients that have light bruising. Totally normal, totally common.
Okay.
It really depends on your body, and it depends on if you bruise easily.
Okay. Of course.
Yeah. If you bruise easily, and also massaging the area will help get that blood flow going, so that you won't have that trauma.
Okay.
And that bruise.
So let's go ahead and talk about price. Like, what are we looking at? Is it in the 10,000s? Is it a couple of hundred? How affordable is this?
No, of course. So in this area, we're on Long Island right now,
Right.
and it's it would be very different than the city. But the range is anywhere from $1,500 per area for treatment, for one treatment, which is 4 applicators. It could range from $1,500 to $2,000, depending on the area that you're in. And actually, yeah, so Long Island tends to be pricier in different areas,
Right.
but also compared to the city, I do feel like the city prices are a little bit higher. Okay, great. So let's get started.
Now, the area that I treated is just my lower stomach area because I've been working out. I'm at the gym and I eat pretty decently. I don't eat clean. I'm not a vegan. Like, I'm not one of those people, but I don't eat like pizza and burgers and french fries. I am not that type either. So I'm somewhere in between where I eat pretty decently. I work out. I go to the gym. My husband is a gym buff, so he goes to the gym and I go with him a lot. But to be honest, I've been slacking off for the last couple of months because I had school and I'm busy and I've just been slacking off. But working out, I just can't seem to get rid of that lower tummy area. It's just, I can never get a six-pack. And you know how as women we get that line and then you have that fat just sitting right there, just like, hey, I'm not going anywhere and I'm gonna be the hardest thing to get rid of. And that's why I was interested in the procedure in the first place. When I got this procedure done, I really liked that it was applied just on the surface area. So with Cool Sculpting, it actually sucks the fat up into the little applicator that they use. It seems like it's very uncomfortable for like 5 minutes, like it's really painful, and then it just goes numb because of the coolness. And I was not interested in that. Like, that was the part that I was most like wary about. I was like, I don't want that. With this SculpSure, which is very new to the market, it's a surface applicator. So you have like a plastic belt that they put on, and there are various different sizes that they can use. So if you're doing your love handles, they have different applicators for that. If you're doing certain different areas, they have a different layout. Now, since the area I was treating was my lower abdomen, they had the 4 applicators just go right across my stomach area, avoiding my belly button. Now that is key. They do have to avoid your belly button area and any part where there is bone. So my hip bone was an issue. They had to navigate and make sure they didn't go around my hip bone area. They can only treat certain areas with this technology right now. So love handles, back fat, and lower stomach. That's what they can treat right now. But as the technology advances, they may be able to treat different areas as long as it gets passed by the FDA. Now, once you have the applicators in place, they go ahead and actually apply the laser applicators, and they just snap in place, and you must have full skin contact to the laser applicator, and it will keep monitoring that throughout the procedure to maintain that full contact, and it will buzz if something lifts or something goes out of place. So it's gonna always make sure that you have full contact. Now, I know you're wondering what this feels like once it starts heating up. It actually feels like one of those heating patches. You know, if you have muscle aches or if you have cramps, you put a heating patch on. It feels like that, like a little bit more intense than that, but that's the kind of sensation. Now, I will say it also gives this cramping sensation, like menstrual cramps, that kind of cramping, but very light cramping along that area. And if you're distracted, so if you're watching something or you're speaking to someone, you really don't even realize that it's happening. You feel it initially until you get used to the sensation, and it's not painful. It doesn't burn, but you do feel that warmth and you feel something happening. Like you feel an intensity happening in your stomach and a little bit of cramping. Now for my first session, it was almost like I felt absolutely nothing. But the second go around, they kept it at the same intensity and I felt it a little bit more. Like I felt the cramping a little bit more. But it was nothing unbearable. And honestly, once the applicators came off, it didn't leave a lasting sensation at all. It was all gone by the time the applicators were removed. My skin was a little red. It was a little warm to the touch, like a little warm, a little cool, but nothing that lasted more than a minute.
So we're about to start the treatment. With this treatment, you're going to feel waves of heat. You're also then going to feel waves of coolness. So this will never be too hot where you can't tolerate it. But if you do get uncomfortable, I can always offer a cool blast.
Okay.
A cool blast will give you 20 seconds of cool air, and you feel more comfortable. So, your treatment is done. It just
Wow, it flew by. We were busy talking about YouTube, and we're gonna get her channel started. So look out for her.
Look out.
Look out. We're gonna get Lauren on YouTube. But we're done, so
Yeah. So let me
I felt nothing. Well, I did feel something, but it was nothing uncomfortable. And it was quick because we were chatting. Just look a little bit red. Nothing crazy. I don't see any bruising. I don't feel anything like uncomfortable right now.
No, you're good. And I'm just wiping it down now, wiping down the area with an alcohol wipe. And so what you're going to do is you're going to do this when you're sitting. I would do it 3 times a day. I think that's really important.
For how long do you think each time?
You know what? I would do it as long as you want. The more massage, the better. You're gonna,
Okay.
You know, we're trying to avoid that clump of fat, those fat cells that sometimes it takes a little bit longer for them to break up and to get out of your system. So they have nowhere to go and they like to just stay together.
They're making that it's a fat party.
It's a fat party. So we're just gonna break that up. We're gonna massage it out, and they'll be gone.
Oh,
so that's it. You're done.
Now I know the next question is, okay, how did it feel after you left the office? And like I said, I went right back to work. It was a lunchtime procedure for me. I did have to unbutton my jeans. I should have worn loose clothing that day, but I wasn't aware of that. This is something that you will know ahead of time if you go in. It wasn't painful at all, but it was a little uncomfortable because I felt like I had cramps, menstrual cramps, or like you did a bunch of sit-ups, and not just regular sit-ups, like you did a full-on sit-up session, like ab day. This is what you're going, this crunch day, like let's get it on. That's what it felt like I'd had a really crazy workout, or if I had menstrual cramps. And that continued for, I would say 10 days to 2 weeks. I had those continuous cramps. Now it did ease up after about 3 days. It wasn't as intense, but if I touched my skin, I could still feel it. So that's the thing. If I touched my stomach, I could still feel the soreness of my muscles, and I guess that's my fat. The soreness was still there. Now it does subside after those 3 days, but remember, you're gonna need to massage the treatment area every day. Make sure that you get that 15-minute of massaging. And all I did was, as I was sitting down or taking my shower, I would just rub my stomach and just go back and forth, you know, circular motions just to rub my stomach, and that's when you would feel that cramping and that soreness. Now I didn't have any bruising, there was no redness, there was nothing on the surface that you could tell that I had something done, but I had minor swelling, which really looked like I was bloated more than anything else. It really didn't look like I had something done. It just looked like a little bit of swelling, and I could feel the tightness in my skin and in my stomach. I could definitely feel that. And I just kept massaging, and you do have to keep hydrated. You do have to still work out. That's the one thing that I didn't do. I didn't work out as much as I should have. And that's the one thing that I'm like, damn it, I should have worked out so I would see better results. So I'll be hitting the gym and hopefully I will get more results. But after the first session, there was 6 weeks in between before I went to get my checkup. And when I went in, we did pictures and did the before and after. And I really didn't notice that big a change. I do think you have to give it time and you do have to work out and drink your water to notice a change. Now, I did get a second treatment done at that 6-week appointment. So I was able to actually get 2 treatments, and then 12 weeks later, which is now, I can talk to you about my results. Now, the funny thing is I gained weight in between that time because, like I said, I wasn't going to the gym as much anymore, and I didn't gain weight in my stomach, which was incredible for me because I'm like, wait, I gained weight there first. You know where we gain weight first. My stomach did not get any bigger. In fact, it feels a lot tighter. The skin feels tighter. I feel like there's less fat there. Like I don't have as much bulging on my stomach area. Like even though I gained weight, where I have a little bit more love handleage and I have a little bit more back fattage, I didn't get any more weight gain in my stomach area. And I was like, yes, I love this. And so once I start working out, I know I can trim that area a lot quicker than I would if I hadn't had the procedure done. And I was a little bit skeptical. I will admit, after the 6 weeks, I was like, I didn't see anything done. Like, what is this? So I definitely think you need 2 treatments to actually see results, and you do need to give it time and actually work with it. Like, it's not gonna be this miracle treatment. You're not gonna just wake up the next day and there'll be no fat there. This is something that you have to do your work as well. It's kind of a kickstart rather than a full-on solution to your trouble areas. So I love that I eliminated the fat in that region, and once I start working out, it's going to trim that even more because I didn't gain any more fat in that area. And I'm very excited to see the future results, and I'm gonna share that with you too. I think, you know, in a couple of months, I'll show you what those results look like, but I'm really excited about this. Now, hopefully this video was helpful for any of you guys that are out there trying to find a solution to a troublesome area, and you didn't know that there were options out there that were non-invasive that you might actually consider. And I want to share this journey with you guys and show you my results later on. So thank you again to RealSelf for reaching out to me, and I'm happy that I was able to get this newer treatment done, SculpSure versus Cool Sculpting, because Cool Sculpting looked a little bit painful, I'll be honest. So SculpSure was a better option for me, and I'm happy that I got it done. And thank you to Dr. Madnani and my technician Lauren. I had a great experience both times that I was in office, and I would highly recommend them if you're in the Long Island area or in New York City. Definitely check them out. Again, they have different procedures that they offer. Check out RealSelf.com and see the different reviews, see before and after pictures, read about different doctors in your area as well. These are real people sharing their real life stories and giving you reviews of procedures and doctors. So definitely check that community out. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will leave all the information down below in the description box in case I left anything out or you want to know more. Definitely click down there in the description box. I will leave links to my Instagram and Twitter as well, where you can check me out. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye, guys.